Welcome back to Inside Africa. We've been bringing you a spirited discussion of African leaders, moderated by CNN's Robyn Curnow. Let's pick up where we left off before the break.
We're talking a bit about Western perceptions and all of that stuff and Africans. What does Obama's presidency mean for Africa?
I think it has brought hope, I think. Firstly, we all know that's the first time in the United States that we have a black president, which I think is an important statement for a democratic country like the United States. Because it says, I think for the first time, democracy has no color.
I think maybe Africans should pick more inspiration from that kind of thing. But we can pick inspirations from that to deal with our problems. And I think probably that will also help him, if it is to help Africa, to be able to help Africa. But they should remember, every one of us should be reminded he's the president of the United States. He's not the president of Africa.
I want to ask you guys one final question. What would you like to be remembered as? Your greatest defining moments in terms of the way you led your countries? And more importantly, what kind of leaders do you want to be remembered as?
Well, there's nothing that I create of my own. It's an implementation of the policies of the organization. How did I implement them? And one of the critical issues really is how we were able to address the plight of the poor people, which is the bigger problem. And how we participated in bringing about peace and stability in the continent. What contribution did we make? And how did we unite the people in the country, in the very country, so that they all understand they belong to this country, and this country belongs to all of us?
Well, I wouldn't mind being remembered, but not for bad things, certainly. In my own country, we deal with issues of poverty, we have dealt with issues of turbulent history and devastation of the country that has come out of that. So our efforts have been towards building a new nation of Rwanda that values its people, irrespective of their background. So if we can unite our country and develop it, make it free and prosperous, I would be happy to leave behind that contribution. Indeed, the issue of legacy is important, so that the good you have contributed to stays much longer than yourself.
Certainly a frank and fascinating discussion there from major players on the continent. And then we must leave it. Be sure to tune in to Inside Africa next week for a brand new episode. For Robyn Curnow and the whole Inside Africa team, thank you for watching.